Hi everyone, I'm Maya. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm sharing 10 party appetizers. Feel free to pick and choose which ones you want to serve at your next party. This could be a graduation party, drinks and appetizers night with friends. Let's get right into it. These cucumber bites are probably my favorite. They're so light and refreshing. You just keep eating them and they're so good. It's basically just cucumber with cream cheese. Start with peeling strips of cucumber to create a pattern effect. Then slice about 1 to 2 centimeter pieces, and using a teaspoon or end of a teaspoon, carve out the seeds and a bit of the surrounding flesh and place them upside down as you go. It just helps get rid of some moisture. Then get some cream cheese. I'm using cream cheese with herbs, and place a dollop of it in the cucumbers, and for presentation, a bit of dill. Next up, a hummus board. This is a beautiful way to serve hummus. There's a small Greek salad that you can kind of scoop up with the hummus, and feel free to serve with any crackers or bread you like. I'm using a classic pita bread. First, let's start with the mini Greek salad. Chop the cucumber, tomato, olives, and red onion into tiny pieces. To plate it, spread the hummus around the plate. You want to make it kind of uneven with small dents for olive oil to sink in, and then create a line of Greek salad. And I like to crumble the feta over everything so it doesn't get too crumbled up with the salad. Lastly, drizzle some olive oil all over. If you want to impress your guests, get some caviar. Or in this case, I'm using Caviar. It's a plant-based alternative and it's way cheaper, and I think it's just as impressive, and it's also suitable for everyone, even if they're plant-based. Feel free to use whichever caviar you like. Start with slightly toasting the bread and use anything that has a circle shape, so I'm using a sparkling wine glass to cut bite-sized pieces. When the bread has cooled, spread some sour cream and top with caviar and a bit of dill for presentation. Then we have 3 different types of crostini. We have goat cheese and honey, green pea, and feta and olive. Let's start with the goat cheese one because it's the only one that goes into the oven with the toppings. Slice about 1 centimeter pieces of baguette and top with a slice of goat cheese and honey. The honey makes it so good, so don't be afraid to add a lot of it. Place in the oven at 180 for about 10 minutes until golden. Once cooled, add a bit of thyme for presentation. For the next 2, we toast the baguette in the oven first. So slice up 1 centimeter slices of baguette, drizzle with olive oil, and place in the oven at 180 for about 7 minutes. The pea spread is so simple. It's 2 cups of defrosted frozen peas, 4 tablespoons of olive oil and lemon juice, some salt and pepper. I find a handheld blender works best. You can also use a food processor. When it's smooth, spread it on the crostini, and for presentation, some microgreens. And for the whipped feta and olives, I'm using a food processor with a block of feta, cottage cheese, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, and some black pepper. And we're serving this with some chopped olives and a bit of thyme for presentation. Then we have the classic caprese salad, but we're adding nectarines for a summery, unexpected twist. Slice your mozzarella and tomato into circles, the nectarines into half circles, and prepare some basil leaves. To assemble, place the mozzarella, tomato, and basil one after another, and I'm following the shape of my plate to create a circle pattern. Then we go in with the nectarines and place them wherever there's tiny gaps, following the same direction as everything else. And this is optional, but I'm adding balsamic glaze for a pop of flavor. Watermelon and feta salad is a classic, but we're making them bite-sized, so it's easy for your guests to grab a bite. Cut your watermelon into small squares and thin slices of feta. Place that on the watermelon along with a mint leaf and slide a cocktail stick through everything. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, these are not the most aesthetic, but they're delicious and your guests will love them. It's stacked layers of thin potato slices topped with Parmesan. Start with slicing the potato with a mandolin, then mixing it with butter, salt, and pepper. Then grease up a muffin tin and stack up the slices. It works best when the slices are not in alignment and when the stacks are not too high. Honestly, the smaller the better. Top with Parmesan and place in the oven for about 25 minutes until they look crispy but not burnt. In my attempt to make them any more aesthetic, I placed a bit of thyme just for a bit of decoration. I'm not huge on baking, so I'll often buy buy all of my desserts at the store. Today I'm using a pre-made cake and I'm just jazzing it up a little bit by cutting it into small squares and placing a raspberry on top. Put it on a cute plate and it's just a cute way to elevate a store-bought cake. And those were the 10 appetizers and a dessert. If you make any of these, please tag me, send me photos. I would love to see them. Other than that, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.